Hey, American Trucker here. Hey, the question is, would I come into trucking right now? This is August 2023. Um, I still would. And I would be looking at Prime now more than ever. So, again, it's August 2023. I know a few years ago, 2-ish years ago, people were kind of ragging on the mega carriers. You know, and I get it. There's a lot of people making money hand over fist, crushing it. 2020, 2021, somewhat in 2022. And, everybody was on all these forums and all these, groups online and stuff talking about, I can't believe you work for Prime, you're not making any money, all this other stuff. But as quickly as they jumped in and making a pile of money, you can see what's going on now. I mean, trucking companies going under left and right. So I'm not saying you still can't find a good mom and pop place, and that's most people's goal, is to find a small company that pays well and treats them right. I mean, I understand that completely, by all means. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm saying that'd be a great thing to do, but hopefully they got their finances on lockdown. Not to say that mega carriers do have their finances on lockdown, but if they've been in business for a while like Prime has, hopefully they've weathered several storms and maybe made a few mistakes and learned from those, and got their finances straight, so the storm we're in now, they could probably weather it pretty well. Now, that's not to say that Prime or any other company couldn't go under or something like that, but they have a lot. They're diversified, I guess you could say that. So right now there's a meat company or two that's in some some talks, as far as how they're going to conduct business going forward, and they are a big supporter, or we carry a lot of their freight. But Prime has their, I guess, toe in the water for several different companies. So when you're diversified like that, and you're the largest refrigerated carrier in the nation, then if one of your pretty good companies that carry quite a bit of freight for goes under, you could still weather the storm if you're positioned right financially. And hopefully Rob Lowe, the owner, has done that over the years. And I think Prime is in a good place right now if you're a new CDL holder and you're looking for a place to go to. Again, if you can find that mom and pop place, and about their financials, and they got their stuff straight, and they haven't just come into business the last couple of years and knee deep in debt, and they got carriers, or freight that's locked on, maybe even contracted freight for a few years out, by all means. But Prime is looking better now more than ever, in my opinion, for a new CDL holder. That's just me. August 2023, it is not looking great out there right now. You just, here recently, Yellow, the trucking company, went under. They've been in business forever. So I don't know the whole details behind it, nor do I even want to get into that. But it just goes to show you, anything can happen, even if you think you're with a safe company like Prime. But I think, a lot of times mega carriers definitely get a bad rap, are not paying well, and all this, especially when they have lease programs. And there's pros and cons to all that stuff. Pros and cons to leasing a truck, pros and cons to buying a truck yourself on payments, or there's pros and cons to being a company driver. There's pros and cons to everything, small companies, large companies. But you just got to weigh your options. Here's my advice, though, coming into the game right now. I would have a backup plan now more than ever. I don't know if things are going to turn around soon. We've kind of been hearing that a little bit here lately, but just depends on who you listen to. I hear the opposite as well about just the economy in general, which will affect trucking and the freight market and all that stuff. So if you're coming in the market right now to be a truck driver, I still think your safest bet, in my opinion, just to get your feet wet, if nothing else. But I would definitely come to Prime. That's just me. I mean, I don't know if there's plenty of people that's going to have, opinions on that. I get it. I don't know every trucking company, so I can't compare it against every trucking company by all means. I think you could do worse by all means than going somewhere else. I think if you come to Prime, get your feet wet, get a little bit of experience. Oh, and one more thing I would definitely do right now is I would get, if it was me, and this is what I did anyways, even when things were going well, when I came in a couple of years ago, I would get all your endorsements. So let's say you got that great company, great pay, everything you were looking for right off the bat with no experience, like all these people online say they, claim that they do. Great, but if that company shuts their doors a week after you started working for them, or a month or 6 months or whatever, those endorsements, the more endorsements you have, will make you more marketable. So that's just my opinion. It is not hard at all to get these endorsements. It does not take long, and it doesn't cost much. So it just doesn't make sense to me why you would find a company you want to go work for, do the bare minimum, and get the bare minimum as far as endorsements in this economy right now. So that's just my advice. I've not been trucking for 20 years like some of these guys, but that's just, that's my advice. Make yourself the most marketable possible. Come in with a good, well-established company, whether it's Prime or not. But Prime, in my opinion, would be a good starting company to come into. And here I am. I'm here 2 years later, and I'm still happy with my decision. And I've done well, and I've positioned myself well to be able to weather this storm. And some people haven't, whether they just didn't have the ability to do that up front, or whether they did and they just made up good money when they first started and squandered it all and didn't prepare for times like this. So you've seen 1,000 other videos where the trucking market goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, and about preparing when it goes up, squirreling some money away, preparing for it when it goes down. Some people took that advice, some people didn't, and you can look around and see where everybody's at currently. So if you come into this, and we're down right now, but if you come in right now, I would have a backup plan. I would have as many endorsements as I can. I would have a backup plan. I would have some money set aside, and I would be constantly looking, even while I was employed, wherever you get employed at. I would be constantly looking at other trucking companies, keeping your feelers out there, see what companies are hiring, and just constantly educating yourself and learning. But that's it. I know I haven't made a video in a while. A couple people has been asking, where I've been. I've just kind of been busy doing some other things behind the scenes, and but that's it. But I still totally endorse Prime, especially at this point in time. It's steady money. It's not great in trucking at all right now, and that goes for Prime as well. There's just not the freight availability as there was in 2020, 2021. But those were abnormal times, to be honest with you. We might be a little below abnormal from my research, the market being down a little bit, but it'll come back up. It'll average back out. I know people keep saying that, but you just got to scrimp and scrape right now, do what you got to do to feed your family, take care of your kids, spouse, all that good stuff. And it's just a storm we're in the trucking company, and this economy especially. So that's it, guys. I'm going to get off here. American Trucker, I'm out.